and was really, so I was teaching the Metta Bhavana to this woman and was really expressing how important this practice was and how necessary it was and how it really balanced out the mindfulness breathing, that it was really important to do both practices, because I really did feel that. I really felt that that was true. I just had my own particular struggles with it. And I heard myself saying the words, the Metta Bhavana practice helps to undercut the notion of poverty, of the sort of poverty mentality that we have in this world. This idea that that there isn't enough, that there's never enough love, there's never enough care, there's never enough nurturance. I didn't get enough as a child, there isn't enough in the world, so there's a sense of lack. And it really undercuts that notion. It basically encourages us to tap into this well of infinite loving kindness, universal infinite loving kindness, care, nurturance, love, friendship, friendliness. So I heard myself saying that, and it was this moment of note to self. I had been struggling in my current relationship with issues around just not feeling like I had enough, wanting more, just never feeling quite cared enough about. So, and just really not feeling like I had the tools to challenge that, knowing that that wasn't true, but not feeling like I had the tools. And dun dun dun, there it was, right there in front of me. So I feel like all of the practice that I'd done up until that point led to that, and it was about hearing those words, having the conditions where I sort of desperately needed to take on that practice. So I took on the Metta Bhavana practice quite intensively for the next year, and just led me to lots of intense and, well, just really deep experiences of my own capacity to love, all the resistances that I have, and yeah, I feel like it's given me a really good foundation for this next phase that I'm heading into, which we'll see what happens with that. So I feel as though my practice created the conditions for that to happen. It created the conditions for me to be open to that intuitive kind of experience, that sort of immediate, like, boom, there it is. This is the solution to what you're needing. So I feel like intuition is really a faculty that we can nurture. So as I sort of followed my breath over those years, I became more intimate and more aware of the blockages within myself and the need for that practice. So when we feel our bodies, when we sit with our breath, in meditation, we cultivate and we water the seeds of our own deeper knowing, our own deeper intuition, the ability to follow the sort of the inner guide. But then the question comes up, how do we learn to trust that? And how do we know when we're not just fooling ourselves and just further deepening the ruts of our own habitual conditioning? And I don't really know the answer to that. We just all have to sit with what comes up and begin to listen for those smaller voices that lead us deeper and deeper into the well of our being, that knows, that just really does know. And at the same time, we have to stay really committed to our practice. We have to be committed to our practice, to ourselves, and to our own ability to grow and change.